Hey guys, I figured I'd make an old-fashioned video for us because everybody's stuck at home, we're all in quarantine. I kind of looked around the kitchen to see what we have, and let's do a makeshift old-fashioned using what you may have at home, right? So first thing is, I would prefer an orange, but all I have is a lemon. So I know a lot of you guys probably have lemons. Let's take a big swath of skin off the lemon, right? You want to have a lot of the pith here. That's the white. It's not the fruit. You'll notice the fruit is here. This white is the pith. The pith is kind of what you want to get the oils out of the lemon skin, right? So I'm going to throw this in a pint glass. If you've got a mixing glass or a shaking tin, those are even better, but figured a lot of you guys probably just have pint glasses, so throw it at the bottom of the pint glass. We're going to go in with a little bit of bitters and sugar. You can do either one first, doesn't matter. I'm gonna go in, you don't wanna go in like this with your bitters. You wanna go in on it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 dashes, probably perfect. You wanna end up with about that much, okay? I'm gonna use about a teaspoon of sugar. Straight in, this is Demerara sugar. It's just essentially sugar, the raw turbinado sugar, however you wanna say it. And we're gonna use a muddler. You might not have a muddler at home. That's okay. You can use the back of a tablespoon or any other kind of like blunt end of like a kitchen kind of utensil that you have at home. So we're gonna press the oils out of the lemon skin here, okay? You're not pulverizing this. You just wanna push the oils out of it and rotating it gently as you go, right? Just trying to kind of emulsify all of the sugar and the bitters and the lemon all together, or whatever kind of citrus it is you have. And orange is better than good if that's what you're using, right? So after that, we're gonna add our whiskey. And it doesn't matter really what kind of whiskey you have. I'm not gonna use a jigger this time because I wanna eyeball it, because a lot of you guys don't have jiggers. So I'm gonna go to about here, 2 fingers, okay? We're gonna go straight in with our whiskey, about right there, right? Maybe a touch more. Right now I'm using Uncle Nearest 1856. This is a 100 proof Tennessee whiskey, okay? Now we're doing ice. We gotta add some ice to our kind of old-fashioned mix that we have right here. And you don't need a ton of ice. Just enough to chill your drink. And you want to go for really 30% dilution in any cocktail you make, whether it's shaken or stirred. So I got my bar spoon here, and you can use, if you have chopsticks, chopsticks work to stir like this, or a regular old spoon. A bar spoon's best. And I'm letting the spoon just kind of rotate gently in between my fingers. And the spoon should really be kind of stirring on its own, right? So I'm gonna do this either 30 to 40 rotations, or you want to do this for about 30 seconds, almost to a minute, depending on what kind of ice you have. If you have ice that's really kind of crushed and broken down, you're going to do less time because you don't want it to over dilute. If you've got more blocks or cubes of ice, you're going to do a little bit less, right? When you feel the outside of the glass start to get cold, that's when you know it's time to stop. I've got my strainer right here. You guys might not have one of those. There's other ways you can do this. You can put your fingers in there and hold the ice back. You can do another glass and kind of wedge it in there to kind of keep the ice back. I'm gonna use my strainer, right?
Make sure your hands are washed.
Yeah, make sure you got washed hands. I've got a really beautiful piece of crystal clear ice right here. I use this, I made this in a cooler here at home. And the way that you can make these, guys, a really beautiful piece of clear ice is you get a cooler, put filtered water in it, and you're gonna put it in your freezer for about 48 hours. And it's directional freezing, so what's gonna happen is all of the clear ice is gonna remain on top, and you can flip it over in your bathtub or your sink and let it kind of shrink a little bit. When you take it out of the cooler, you're gonna be left with an ice block that's clear on top and a little cloudy on the bottom, and then you just kind of carve what you want out of it. It's really simple. You can do it at home. This is what we ended up with, this really pretty kind of like, I guess, a little crude cut of ice right here, but it's nice. So I'm gonna now strain this old fashioned on top of this. Right, now you get a really, really cool shot from the top. You can see straight through your ice cube, but you've got the nice cloudy old fashioned around it, right? Okay, so like I took the swath of the lemon earlier, I'm gonna do another one, right? And I wanna get a good wide swath, and you don't wanna get too much fruit. You wanna get almost all pith if you can, all white. I got a tiny bit of fruit right there, but that's okay. And what that pith is gonna do, that pith is gonna act like a springboard to shoot the zest and the alcohols that are naturally occurring in the skin out. So we're gonna flame the top of this old fashioned, right? So I'm using a matchbook here. You can use a lighter, grill lighter, whatever it is. A little more romantic, I guess, if you have a matchbook and you don't have that butane. But this is from Lachlan Table, awesome restaurant in Nashville. We're gonna strike our match, right? I'm gonna hold the match right here over the rim of the glass, and using that as a direction, like I'm gonna directionally squeeze this lemon skin over the drink. And we get a nice fireball that comes out over that. That's all the alcohols in the skin that are igniting. And then we're gonna wipe it using the outside skin around the rim, and we're gonna drop it in. And that is a good old fashioned you can make from home using what you've got at home: a lemon, an orange, a grapefruit, a lime. Limes won't flame up as much as lemons and oranges will, but they'll do a little spark. Your regular sugar, you can use honey if you got it. You could use stevia if you want to stay away from the calories of the honey or the sugar. You don't have to use a pint glass to muddle. You don't have to have a strainer. Just separate what you've muddled from what you're straining into your drink over your new ice. And if you guys want to know more about the clear ice, we can talk about that in another video. But this is Uncle Near's 1856 Old Fashioned, and cheers.